I drove by.
He was just playing.
Yeah.
Be fed for it, that's what.
At this time, I'd like to welcome everyone, and I'd like to call the meeting to order. The first time is going to be a pledge of allegiance. Would y'all please stand with us? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The next item is going to be our moment of silence. Would you please join us for that? Thank you. Next is going to be our staff spotlight, retirement for school year 17-18.
I think we had pretty good turnout tonight. We had a lot of people retire last year. I guess it was thanks to our governor, made everyone nervous. Everybody retire, get retired.
Amen.
So, tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and name everyone. That way we'll recognize them if they're here. If they're not here, we recognize them. We had Robin Newsom retired this past year. Joanne Jude, teacher at the middle school. Sherry Fannin. Miss Brenda Smith, she's here. Come on up, Brenda. Congratulations. I know your little babies are going to miss you. So how many years? 25? Had you always taught kindergarten?
Always kindergarten. I did K1 split those 3 years at Gracie.
Yeah. Wow. If you want to stay out here.
Stand up here.
If you want to, and then when everybody's here, we'll have to take a picture. Then we got cake outside in the lobby. Eddie Fitch. Eddie's not here. It's Valerie Davis. Gina Moore. Irene Goebel. Irene and Val always said they was going out together, and they did. Norma Sammons. Mr. Tom Setzer. Clara Hale. Probably out cruising in her Mustang.
I don't.
Keep asking Ella, when are you going to get your Mustang? Betty Dillon. Betty Harmon. Denise Stepp. Glad you made it tonight. Thank you for putting a knife above water. Congratulations on being here. 20 years. Always a Warfield, aren't you? Peggy Kirk. Sam Spalding. Aretha Priest. Years. Wow. Congratulations. Miss Ella Hall. Eight years. Warfield Elementary. Was she always at Warfield?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Sheriff Clark in Warfield.
Yes. Thank you.
Congratulations. Rodney Jordan. Still been waiting on you to back out, Rodney, but I guess.
Everybody mind you out.
Congratulations, Rodney. 29 years. Appreciate you, Rodney. Glema Dalton. Marietta Maynard. 34 years. Tomahawk Neaton.
Right.
Congratulations. Sherry McGinnis.
She's here, did you?
Yep, I saw her back there. 17 years. Congratulations. Ms. Karen Horn. She's here.
John, you got anybody left to work, Larry?
21 years. Congratulations. Thank you. Turkey and Onions. Carol Sammons. There's Gina. Special members for Homer Dye. He retired this year, then he passed away. Gina Moore. Come on up, Gina. "25 years experience. Happy retirement."
Help me be early. Be on time for a change. Shouldn't say
Miss Pammy. Years experience. Congratulations, Pam. And the last retiree is Mr. James McGinnis. He's retiring this year as well. I'll take a picture. Or?
Yeah.
It's best to get out there in the hallway.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'll do that. Go in the hallway. Let's
Yeah.
take a quick break and go out and have some cake.
I'd just like to say one thing before you go out in the hallway. Some of you may not come back. But I want to congratulate you and how much I appreciate what you've done. And I'm sure each and every one of you made a big difference in some children's lives. And that's what it's all about. We that work for the school system, you know it and I know it. And it's kind of funny. So I said, there must be something wrong because a lot of you, if you're standing up here, Brenda and Reva and that I was in my class,
Yeah.
and so I need to go home. And it's hard to believe, and I'm really proud of you, and y'all becoming educators and working with kids. And there's not a better job, in my opinion. And I know sometimes you didn't feel like you were appreciated, but there's a lot of people out there, especially the children that you've worked with, appreciate what you've done for them, and I know you've done a lot. And so I can say I've kind of been in the same place where you were too. So it's the best job, and I don't care what anybody says about the teaching profession or working as a teacher's aide or working with kids, bus driver, whatever you do. There's not a better job, in my opinion, than being associated with young people. And it's a blessing, and you've been a blessing to them. So have a great retirement. And if it were me, though, I said if I had to do over, I'd still be teaching. I miss the kids. I miss them. But thank you, and I didn't mean to ramble. I think you can tell you I have a habit of that.
Disconnect, Donald.
Everybody ready to get started? She was on the movie paper that week.
Okay, our next item on the agenda is discussion of possible action on board meeting minutes from June 11th, 2018. Does anyone have any questions or comments on these?
I make a motion to that effect if there's no questions, Madam Chair.
I have a motion, I need a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next item is conference request, vehicle request, fundraisers and use of district property.
Yep, we only have like one
On
request
those.
for soccer team, use soccer team, use our football field and other, whatever fields we have. Whatever fields we have that are open.
Been a long day for Monday.
Use them all.
Okay, I need a motion on this, please.
Make a motion.
I have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
Have a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. The next item is discussion of possible actions of pay warrants in the amount of $1,659,222.87, which includes items paid outside the board in the amount of $393,261.56.
Is that the 26 pages or something that we've got?
No, that one is the 48 pages.
Yeah, okay. Just a moment.
Okay.
I have some questions.
All right. While you're getting ready, I'll explain a few things. Where it is the end of the year and the paid outside, you probably see some things on there that you normally don't see. It's trying to clean up for the end of the year and get everything processed that goes for 2018 in 2018 without having to do a lot of journal entries. It's just easier to go ahead and process these payments and get them out of the way. From here on, I will probably have to do journal entries for accounts payable to journal those back into the year that they belong in, which is last year. Also, I like to keep you guys updated on the construction amount of this. Well, this 1.6 was $1,039,016.97, with regular operations being $620,205.90.
I'm a little bit mixed up here. This is not the, I had questions about the budget as of the year.
Yeah.
Is that this part of it?
No.
Okay, and it is on the agenda later,
Yeah,
right?
it's down on school, the reports.
Okay. Sorry. I'll holler then.
I'll remind you.
Does anyone else have any questions on it or not? If not, I need a motion to accept.
Make a motion.
A motion, I need a second. A second, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, next item is discussion of possible actions of orders of the treasurer for July the 9th, 2018 in the amount of $1,472,985.12.
There were some questions I had on this one. She was asking for the meeting.
So,
I think it's on page, in the classes. Maybe it's not very long.
That's 1.6.
need my reader?
You want some reading?
I didn't, there was some abbreviations I didn't know what they were. I'll be getting on mine. Okay. Page 6, top of the page. On down.
What page number?
Page 6, top of the page.
That's the summary, unless you're on the other one.
I'm on, it's the charge 0002610.
Yeah, that's on the summary page. Okay, which one?
Down on the bottom, bus maintenance, go up. BLDG, DED, PD. I don't know.
That's business operations board paid.
Okay, all right. Like PD's with the bus driver or?
That's good. And the BD is the board. They only get, it's like Twitter, they only give you so many, you gotta make it fit.
Okay, that's all.
You tweet her?
Anyone else have a question or comment on that? If not, I'm gonna need a motion. Have a motion, I need a second.
I'll say it.
A second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next item is discussion and possible action on appointing a board secretary and treasurer for the school year 18-19.
I'll make a motion to, is that what you say?
Yeah, our board secretary, yeah. Lisa and our treasurer for the school year.
I'll make a motion to.
Okay. Have a motion to rehire, to keep as is. Have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Keep them. Okay. Next item is discussion and possible action on hiring a board attorney.
I'd like to make a comment before this, before we decide on hiring a board attorney. Of course, Mike Smith, and I don't want to be contradictory or contrary, but like I said, Mike Smith did an outstanding job, instrumental in obtaining the school site, mental rights waiver, and go on, different issues. And in my opinion, he was probably, as far as knowledgeable about school law, if not the best in the state of Kentucky, one of the best. I believe lately, in my opinion, we've got adequate service. I think, in my opinion again, that looking at local firms to represent a local board, that's how I feel. And I contacted the board attorney 3 weeks ago regarding an issue that was important to me at the time, and I'm still waiting on the return call. So that's how I feel about, and like I say, I feel you've done an adequate job, but to me, I think it could be better. That's my opinion.
I don't have a recollection of this call from, and I apologize if I missed the call from
Well,
you.
I'm just saying, I'm still waiting.
I mean, I didn't know you called, but I'll be glad to give you a call.
That's fine. That's not important anymore. At the time it was.
I personally, I mean, my experience with Jonathan and Sean, I mean, he's been right there, great legal advice, and I agree, Mike Smith's great. Mike's not with us anymore.
No, I didn't say, I'm just complimenting Mike and what a great job he did. I know Mike's not with us, but
Not many people do school law. Nobody local does school law. I think Jonathan's been great. I mean, we've had very personnel issues, and he's helped me take care of it, helped us take care of it. Keep us out of trouble.
I'm just saying I deserve a call.
Does anyone else have a comment?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, to retain the one we have, okay, I have a motion to retain the one we have.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
I'm gonna vote no.
Okay. Motion carries, so. Next item is going to be discussion and possible action on contract with Tricia Janelle Poe, physical therapy, contracting for special education related services.
And I'll speak on behalf of that. It's the same contract that we've had the past couple of years. There haven't been any changes. We have approximately 50 students that we have to provide special education services for, and that's what this contract is, just as a related service for special education only. So.
I think last year we went through this, that
Yeah.
this is the only
Yeah.
one. I don't question the quality. I'm just ignorant about the amount of money that the contract calls for. I have nothing to judge it by.
Well, it's about 40,000 less than what we were paying several years ago. And when I have checked into contracting outside, you know, there's a lot of different agencies that have PTs on staff that we could contract with. We would be spending about an equivalent amount of money, but also paying them a couple of hours of travel time every day. So getting less hours of service for, well, it's about, it kind of balances out, but we're not getting the same amount of services because we're paying travel to and from.
I'm just curious that if, I don't even know, like I say, I'm ignorant of the whole field of physical therapy in schools, but is there any schools out there, or districts rather, that have hired?
Yes,
and
I'm not opposed to that. If there were anyone, I mean, I've talked to people personally that I know have the certification and said, if we had a position to hire you full-time, you know, would you do this? And no, because they could make more money working outside of the school system.
Okay.
So, I mean, we've never posted it, you know, for a position like where they're our employee and not contracting someone, but people that I know that have it that I think might be interested, I have questioned and said, you know, that they would make more money not working for us. So.
Well, thank you for clearing that up for me. You know, it's don't think I'm turning into a little Ernest here.
No, I understand.
But when we
I've had to explain it to Ernest before too.
Great minds think alike, Ernest. What can I say? Thank you very much, and I think I had voiced my concern, and you checked into it a couple of years ago. But you know, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm going to be contradictory again. So on the physical therapy, and of course our main concern, in all of us, is the health and well-being of our students, and we want to do everything possible to ensure the health, safety, and security. And I'm sure IS Physical Therapy, you know, can and will do whatever it takes to help in meeting those standards or those requirements. And I appreciate, you know, the fine work they've done in the past. And I strongly believe in supporting locals, which he is local, and providers, and they meet the service expectations. And I hate to say this, but, and it's just not this individual, maybe I shouldn't say it, maybe I should bite my tongue. So I believe, like I say, supporting locals, and her service is local, this vendor is local. However, in turn, I say I would like to see those that we and the taxpayers of Martin County support, to support our school district. And to me, when you send kids, your own kids, rather than to our school, to other school districts, taking funding, it's just my gripe, and and that's my complaint. So I just feel that way. I mean, if we're supporting them, I think we deserve their support. And one of the ways you support, and just bad reflection on our district, and certainly, we don't want to deprive kids of much needed service and good service. But it's like you provide services for our kids, but it seems our district is not good enough for your kid. I mean, that's how I feel. And I'm sure I'll step on some toes, but to me, right's right. And wrong's wrong, and if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. So anyway, but I appreciate the services, but I just wanted to get that off I'd just like to see somebody's making their livelihood from the taxpayers of Martin County or part of it. And I just think you should be more supported by sending your kids attending our school district. And I don't think you can say surrounding school districts are better, because I think ours is right at the top, if not the best. And I think we've proven that. So anyway.
Mr. Harless, I think you proved that with some of the comments you made at the last meeting from USA report.
And it upsets me when I hear, oh, I'm going to take my kid there to this district because there's more as far as career pathways or whatever it may be, or more opportunity. I don't think that's right. I don't think it's so. I don't think it's true. Maybe in past years, maybe so, but not anymore. I'm sorry, I'm in a bad mood, I guess.
You have nothing to apologize for. You just stated your opinion, sir.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I don't want to be, but that's how I feel about it. And if when a kid goes to another district, we're taking not just the kid, I mean, that's the most important thing, the children, but we're also taking the funding to another school district. And then we're asked to, it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't go well with me. That's all. I think those people, though, that provide it, they should be encouraged. I mean, where's the loyalty? Where's the sense of loyalty? That's how I feel about it.
Stephen, do you have any comment on that, or Lois? No? Okay. Do you have a motion to continue with it, or?
Make a motion.
A motion, and a second?
I'll second.
And a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next item is going to be discussion and possible action to solicit bids for janitorial service for Shelling Park High School.
And we have a hard time finding custodians at the high school, and we've been contacted, I've been contacted by at least 2 people that would very much interested in providing the cleaning service for us. So if, I'd like to advertise a few weeks, and if we've got a couple of weeks, and if the price comes in, I mean, and this is taking the place of 3 afternoon custodians. But right now we have 1 custodian at the high school. Everybody else is 7. And so what I'm thinking is one custodian, cleaning crew come in the evenings, clean it up, and I think we might be better off. I think it's worth a chance anyway.
Right. I think it's worth a try. See, I didn't know you were down to 1.
We just hired him.
Yeah, he's brand new.
I just want to mention that if this goes, if this solicitation of bids, a heavy, it would seem to me that a heavy-duty job subscription would be in order.
We'd have to do a number of days. I'm thinking it's Christmas. Well, we want to probably won't get it out by Wednesday this week. Well, I'm thinking because it's, I mean, high school, it's open around all, but you don't need them to come on weekends. Probably a set 230 days probably would do it. Usually our custodians are $240. I mean, I know how much we pay 3 custodians, what that cost is.
Mm-hmm.
And if it don't make sense, which I think it is, I think it will come in cheaper than what we're paying the price of 3 custodians, and may come out ahead.
Let me ask you this, would that include a benefit package?
No, they're not our employee at work.
That's what I thought.
But they would come to work 5 days a week?
Yes. 5 evenings. Right, that's, the pluses are they're not our employees. If they get hurt or something, it's not,
Not every
it's our problem, it's not our problem. No health insurance, no retirements, no, if they do a good job, it could be a very good thing for, especially looking ahead for another year, we get to the high school. If we want to keep it looking up, it could run down quickly if we don't keep the building clean.
Again, I think it should be really, really spelled out, and I'm sure it will be, who prepares these bids, and maybe talk to the janitorial services. If we, I don't know everything that goes on. I taught school for 27 years, and I was close to many janitors and custodians, but I don't know everything they're responsible for. And that, along with it being spelled out, that benefits would be, be their responsibility.
Like
Yeah.
the younger people, or maybe I'm just getting on too, the younger people don't take pride in their work like they used to.
I know they've had trouble, so. Right.
Motion to, all right, done.
It's a good idea.
I have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
What is the motion, Madam Chair?
Motion is to solicit bids for the janitorial service. But would we not need to see?
We would need to see the
We
job
need to see
description.
what the job description is before we.
I mean, it's basically general cleaning of the building every night. The mopping, the sweeping, the cleaning desk, I mean, basic.
Is there any light maintenance to that also, probably?
There's a little bit. It would be a little bit.
We can include, I mean, we're gonna have one person on day shift. And that's usually, because you need someone there, you're cleaning the messes during the day. You clean at night, that's when you clean the building.
Right. But it would involve wiping the desk down, things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, this building gets started off real good, and then, I mean, they're not been real happy this year having mosquitoes.
It's been for a while.
Yeah.
Because we're
This is
going to
hard
need
to
a
get
great
this.
janitorial service to go in the new school with.
And this is just for the year. If they do a good job, it might be a good trial for the new
Right.
building. I mean, it's general cleaning services. I mean, we'll make sure it's good. It's clean.
So has a motion been made?
I have a motion
And the second.
and a second.
And we'll have an out as well. If it don't work out, then, we can terminate services just like any other contract we've got.
At least people will clean places that you can't see.
That's what we need.
But not having trouble.
Not just the places you can see.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next item is discussion and possible action on pay application number 1 for BG 18-088 Eat Elementary School Roof Project.
And that's what Roland was talking about earlier, to finish that out. I don't know if they quite finished it out. We probably have one more payment.
Retainage. It's like 90%, and we have that 10% retainage until they finish with all those punch out lists and everything, and get all the paperwork in for the warranties, and then we'll finish up once everything's inspected and it gets cleared.
Is 10% held out until the next 5 monsoon seasons we have here in the county? Make sure it works.
As far as the actual work, it's all but
Yeah.
complete. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, it's finished.
And it's not leaked yet.
Yet, he did say.
But that's the main thing.
Okay, I'm gonna need a motion on this.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Second, all in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed, okay, motion carries. Next item is discussion and possible action on selecting furniture provided for the new Martin County High School. And we had 2 came in last week, so.
Aurora, Lakeson, and Kerr, those were the 2 that did presentations last week. Was it last week or last month?
last week.
Was it last week?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
June 25th.
Flies by.
What would you, be your recommendation, Mr. Superintendent?
I thought ORI, probably them,
Okay,
but it's your all's call. Are you all comfortable with them? Do you feel the same way I do?
Well, I said that night that the second woman felt like was trying to sell us furniture.
Yeah, I think we
Second
all-
one.
There was nothing about her business, it was all about the furniture. And both companies had the same furniture. She didn't talk about her company, you know, what could they do better than the first company? She never touched on that.
I think we all talked
Okay,
about
like,
it.
or I had a support system.
Yeah. But they were telling us about their company, what they could do for us, was the other one was talking about furniture.
Right.
Well, our architects have a relationship or have worked with ORI before. Now, whether that be good or not, I don't know, sometimes they're architects. But I can see that as a positive.
But even at that, from his response, that he knew that what they were talking about.
If something went wrong.
Yes, that
They
they would be there
They
for
backed
us.
it up, yeah. I liked ORI.
I think we all talked about that night.
So, any other discussion, or someone need a motion for to select ORI?
I will make that motion, Madam Chair.
Have a motion, have a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Get ready for our furniture. Next item is discussion and possible action for soliciting proposals for cafeteria furniture for the new Martin County High School.
Marcy, you had to leave just a minute ago. This is just to get the ball rolling and put the bids out there so that she can start getting proposals in. It's just the first step, and then we'll go from there.
She has her own money with food
Yeah.
service, so it's more money she spends on her cafeteria, the more money we have for our furniture, computers, whatever, technology, whatever.
Okay, so
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion.
I'll second, okay, go ahead.
And a
with her.
second, all in favor say aye.
Aye. Yeah.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Our next item is discussion and possible action on charging food service for indirect costs for school year 18-19.
Explain that one.
Okay, so the balance on food service, it sounds like it's a good thing, but it isn't, it keeps rising. And it's because the program is operated very well. Marcy does a really good job with taking care of the kids and also making a profit like she is supposed to be. That being said, she's only supposed to carry a certain amount of balance, and she's exceeding that balance. And she's gonna have to spend it on something, and instead of wasting it, if we charge her indirect cost, general fund can pick up some money from her. We don't have to keep doing this, we do it as we want to. If she keeps making money and we keep pulling indirect costs, and both win. It's a win-win on both. We can shift some expenses that she takes care of directly off of her. It's kind of a swap on some things. It should be by the end of the day, when we switch things around, it's about somewhere between $90,000 to $100,000 a year of indirect cost. We're shifting back about $20,000 to $25,000 of direct costs that she was paying for. So it kind of nets out to about $65,000 to $70,000 of actual money that she would be paying more than what she does now, directly.
It's your water, electricity,
Maintenance, workers' comp, all these kind of things that she pays for. We're just letting her have that back, and then we're turning around and charging indirect cost. The rate is around 11%, give or take. We don't have to charge that much. We just have to approve that we can charge her indirect cost. And then she and I can work together on what best fits her, and just move forward. And then, if things we start taking too much money, she feels like it's too much money, we just stop it.
Do you work well with her, sir?
From 9 to 5, he does, right?
Well, I think it's a no-brainer. I'll make a motion to do
Absolutely.
that.
Have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
A second, all in favor say aye.
Uh,
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next item is discussion and possible action for soliciting bids for construction of the Martin County Area Technology Center.
I just thought when we get permission from HBC that we can solicit bids, if we already have board approval, I can send it out, that way we don't have to wait on a meeting or have a special meeting. As soon as they give us the go-ahead, then we can get it out.
So we can do that, pre-approve?
I think we might have done this last year, to be honest with you, I wasn't for sure, and we might have already talked about it one time. But we thought we was gonna get it out.
That would speed things up, I'm all for it.
Well, we could put it as soon as released.
Yeah, as soon as
It's
we
in
get
the
permission.
release.
Add a little
Yeah.
bit to it, okay?
That way we can, hopefully we don't have to wait 6 months.
Need a motion? Make a motion.
Motion.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next item is discussion and possible action on transportation and maintenance bids school year 18-19.
Yeah. These, I was looking at these earlier. I didn't really see it the first time I looked over it this weekend, but there's no price on these bids.
If you want, we can table it, and then whenever I'll get on there for next time, add the price. This price is supposed to be on there. But that way you know what you're approving.
It would be easier, because if somebody comes up to us and says, you know, I bid on that and I didn't get it, and what was the bid price that you awarded to, and just, is that okay? So is it okay to table it?
Yeah.
Need a motion to table it?
I'll make a motion to table
Okay,
it.
motion, I need a second.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries to table. Next is going to be our reports. Administrative staff reports.
You had a question? You had a question on the budget?
Oh, yeah. This is the time to ask, right?
Yes.
I saw where, yeah, this is it. I saw where on several, several times where the percentage used was extremely higher than 100%. And how does that work, sir?
When you're putting the budget together, a lot of these, and I see some of them that you're talking like 500%.
Yeah.
You just make an educated guess of what you think that they're going to be, and especially when they're low, like this one is $350. Anything like $1,900 puts it at 558%.
Yeah.
Especially these low ones. It really, I mean, it's hard to tell if you're going to have a little bit of repair that costs something just in a few $1,000s, and it really tops the budget by a lot when it's only, you know, $1,900.
Yeah. The travel mileage.
Yeah.
So I think it was, percentage used was 827%.
Don't see that.
Was that the one, or was it meal? No, travel mileage. On page, sir, 7. There were a few I circled, but, you know, that was one of them that kind of
Page 7.
came to mind.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, I had it, put $50 in there because they usually don't travel very much.
Yeah.
And it ended up being 413. So that.
Okay, yeah,
Kinda
okay,
put it
I see that now that
Yeah.
I've put this on there. Okay. Because the year-to-date actual wasn't
Yes.
as high, okay, I understand. Yeah, and that's the same for a lot of these that I've just circled, but I really went down there and looked at percentage used, and so, then I went across sometimes, Mr. Hale, and circled, interest on investments. It's on page 6. Yes. It's right after 0999, but I can't read what I did because I underlined it and I marked it out. Yes. It first says original approved minus.
Original appropriation was $3,497. Is that the one you're talking about? 1510 on page 6?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, 3497.
Uh-huh.
That's actually a carryover from last year.
Uh-huh.
And I don't budget that in because I don't know, see, that's the construction fund. I have no idea how much we're gonna end up with.
Yeah.
If we spend $2 million a month, you spend $50,000 a month, or, I mean, there's no way of really, it calculates that as it goes. And we ended up with a healthy sum because of some work with Joe Nance. And so that's why we gained 214% more than what I had done on there.
Okay. I'm okay. Thank you.
You know your spreadsheet well. So that's, hang on a second.
Okay. Next is the Martin County Educational Association report.
Lawrence, do you have anything else? How are we?
You want to go with them?
Yeah, let's go to the finance.
All right. So we're past the end of the year, and so I wanted to go over a few things on here. I'll get the good number out first. So we saved some money on salaries. They came in better. We had some attrition and scaled back on a few things when people retired, and we didn't replace them. So we ended up about $400,000 to the good with salaries. And then also on our revenues, you know, things came in high, things came in low. But overall, and this is with the $298,000 that our governor's legislature decided to let us have for workers' comp. We ended up with $443,000 higher on revenue than what we'd expected. So that totals out to be $837,000. We were looking to be $1 million short because of keeping our tax rate the same as it was last year. So we dropped about $170,000. So we should finish the year. Now there's still some things that go back and forth, accounts payable and stuff, to flesh everything out and get it to the true number. But we should finish the year somewhere real close to 2.7 million. So we're almost, yeah. No, I wouldn't be here if it was 2.7 to the rear.
You'd be in jail.
No, but yeah, we're actually down, you know, 100 and some thousand from where we ended the year last year. And we made it up with taxpayers coming through for us and paying their bills, and with some savings that we found here and there on different things. And the majority of it was, you know, in salaries and stuff. But, I think we did pretty good.
So having said that, Ernest has done an amazing job. We all work hard to save every penny we can and be smart. We've eliminated a lot of waste. And the retirements have helped, no doubt. We've, our student population has declined, so we need to get smaller. Having said that, I think we're in a position to do a 2% across the board increase for all our employees. I think we can do that, and we can afford it, we can sustain it, and I think it's the right thing to do.
Make a motion to that effect, if that's the recommendation.
Me too.
Okay, I'll second motion.
Did I interrupt you, sir?
No, sir, no, sir.
I'm just gonna write it down. Y'all are fast about it. Keep going.
But anyway, I think the first thing we gotta do is I think the board has to add another agenda
I'm
to
trying. I've already got a motion in a second.
Okay.
And we really,
We're ahead
so we make a motion to add another item, add the 2% raise to the 18-19 school year.
Yep, and then, thank you.
Pre-approved.
And that's across the board. It's everyone.
Yeah.
Like our we
Everybody.
got the best staff anywhere you go, and we can, they deserve it.
I believe that was Nikki made the motion and Lois seconded.
Yeah.
And
All was in
unanimous.
favor.
And all was in favor.
I just think it's great news and I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all. And hopefully, our employees, I'm sure will be very appreciative. And, like, they're very deserving, like Larry said, and I'm happy for them.
In this day and time, it's very, very difficult to give a raise. I mean, especially in Eastern Kentucky, we're
Yeah.
all losing money. And we have. I mean, we're doing more with less. And, but that's attributed to Mr. Hale.
Well, I think it's
He
And you're
questions
right.
everything. Ernest does a great job. We all do.
Ernest does a good
We all
job,
do.
and you all spend it.
You
That's a fake
You notice we got him occupied with the baby when you all passed that. We said raises.
But we do appreciate
Board
it,
members-
and we
board
want
members
to
don't get
give
2%.
our employees as much as possible.
I'd just like to be travel time, Ron. They don't give me no travel time.
Do you have any
I don't need no
reports?
travel.
No, we don't. We should have next month. We'll be back in school.
Okay, wow. Okay, I need
That's
a
good
motion
news,
for
man.
adjournment. Have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
A second, all in favor, say aye.
I guess it's been going so good there at the last, I wanted to keep on going.